An amazing Arc Hunter build that doesn't revolve around Assassin's Cal or punching everything over and over again. If you like to play from a distance and still wreak havoc on your enemies, and stick around and enjoy this build breakdown. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get everything you need for the build, break down each part of the build so you can better understand how to use it. And if you don't care about all that stuff, then you can use the timestamps down below to skip to the end of the video to copy the build for yourself. And hey, 98% of you who watch my videos are not currently subscribed, so if you want to see more build breakdowns like this one, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. So first and foremost, we're using Arc for this build, which everyone has access to right off the beginning of the game. However, you might be missing some aspects, fragments, or grenades. And if you are, you just go to the tower, find Ikora Ray, and when you talk to her, you want to open up the Arc tab. And if you don't see any check marks over one of these boxes, that means you are missing something from there. You want to go ahead and open that up and make sure you have everything bought. It's going to cost you some glimmer, but it's definitely worth having everything unlocked. Next up, we have the Shinobu's Vow. There's a few ways to get this, and most of you who've played the game at all for like any amount of time and gotten an exotic, you've probably unlocked a pair of these, so you might have one sitting around in your vault. And if not, you can do ritual playlists to get exotic engrams. So Crucible, Strikes, and Gambit, you get these exotic engrams. You can decrypt them straight up, or you can focus decrypt them. You want to go to Red War Arms decryption, or you can tab over and find them. If you've had them unlocked, you can just outright buy them. Another way is to pull up your map, go to destinations. You're looking for this little lost sector symbol right here, and once you see that on a planet, you just click on the planet and you look for that symbol again. Inside will be this blue shield, and it will tell you what it is for the day. So today's lost sector is an exotic head, so you would wait until you see one for exotic arms, and you would have to run this lost sector. And it's not a guaranteed drop, but when you do get a drop, it'll guarantee a drop of something you don't have. Another way is to go to Neomuna and look for a public event. It is not this one. It's a pretty rare spawn, but the rewards will say exotic engram, and that can also drop something that you do not have. As for your weapon, you can use any Arc weapon. I'm just using the Cold Heart because it creates ionic traces pretty easily. So the first thing we're going to do is break down the skip grenade, and we're going to add things to it to show you exactly how it works and how it gets its grenade energy back. So our first test will be with no fragments, exotic, or mods that benefit our grenade. As you can see, the grenade splits on impact and creates 4 projectiles that seek out targets. If you try to throw this grenade straight at the target, it'll still work, but it might not work as well. It's better to throw it off of a surface that it can bounce and start tracking the targets. You typically want to throw it down at the ground or off of a wall. As you can see, we just got our grenade back, which took quite a while. So now we're going to start layering things on to make this feel better. So the first thing we're going to add is Shinobu's Vow, which gives us new tricks, improved skip grenades, and you gain an additional skip grenade charge. Skip grenade returns energy when it damages enemies. So as you can see in the lower left, we have 2 grenade charges now. Let's see how much energy we get back. So that gave us about half our grenade energy back. Now we're going to add a kickstart mod. When your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. Additionally, your armor charge is consumed and you gain additional grenade energy for each stack. And we're pairing that with firepower, which grenade final blows create orbs of power, as well as innervation reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. So our grenades are going to create orbs of power for us, and we're going to pick up those grenades. It's going to give us armor charges, and it's going to reduce our grenade cooldown even further. Now we're going to add lightning strikes twice from our artifact perk. After throwing an arc grenade, gain increased grenade recharge for a short time. Arc final blows extend the duration of this benefit. Now we're going to add our fragments. Your arc grenades jolt targets. Defeating jolted targets creates ionic traces. While you're amplified, your arc's special weapon final blows create a blinding explosion. And while critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy recharges more quickly. This is going to allow our grenades to do more damage while also giving us ionic traces, which ionic traces are a bolt of pure arc energy that travels along the ground seeking towards its creator. When it's picked up, ionic traces grant ability energy. If you happen to have a weapon with Demolitionist, that's going to refund you even more grenade energy as you're getting kills with this weapon. So the goal with this build is to have pretty much infinite grenade uptime and keeping yourself amplified, which will give your arc weapon more damage, creating those blinding explosions. You want to make sure you have powerful attraction in your class item. This is going to allow you to pick up orbs of power that are far away whenever you dodge, which dodging is also going to activate lethal current, which makes your next melee attack have increased lunge range and jolt targets if you ever do get up close and personal, and damaging any jolted target with a melee also blinds them. And we're using flow state for our other aspect. Defeating a jolted target makes you amplified. We have multiple ways of becoming amplified with this build. Jolting also stops overload champions, and your arc blinding effects can stop unstoppable champions. The only thing you need to deal with outside of that is barrier champions, which you can use a weapon for. I also have overload trace rifles, and the stasis shatter effect from chill clip also works for unstoppable, so I have multiple ways for unstop and overload. If you have your artifact maxed out, you should definitely be running Shock and Awe. Your arc final blows while you are amplified summons a burst of lightning that damages and jolts targets.